I'm bored, but so at 17 years old, I don't really count this, but at 17 years old, two girls asked me to be in a three-way, and that's technically how I lost my virginity. We did that twice, and then that was at 15, and then at 17, my friend's girlfriend's friend asked to sleep in my bed. I was shy, and she asked to sleep in my bed, and then I ended up dating her for like 1 month, and then I ended up not being friends with that guy anymore for reasons I don't want to talk about in this video, but I ended up not being his friend no more. And then because my girlfriend was his girlfriend's friend, she ended up not breaking up with me. And also, I did pretty well with her for the most part, but I didn't do as good as I should have. I've always not had a proper I've never been able to communicate very well because my family doesn't communicate with me and just left me to raise myself. But anyways, I've had a mostly working brain. I just struggled to communicate very well, so I messed up on that and a couple other things that I wish I could have done better, but I did pretty decent with her. But again, we only dated for like 1 month, and then I didn't date another girl until I was 24 years old, and that was Kim. And she messaged me first on a dating app. She called me first. I went and picked her up, and she didn't leave for a single day for 3 years, even though it was a giant waste of 3 years that should have never occurred. Giant waste, pointless, absolutely waste of time. I wish I never met her. And then, don't get me wrong, I care about her, but it's done for. I'll never be around her for a single day in my life. She goes that way, I go another way. She goes nowhere near me. Ever in my lifetime will I be near that girl willingly. Ever. Sad story. But yeah, even if she wanted to be, I'm not shooting my shot. I'm not going nowhere near her. I'm backing away. I learned my lesson. She's not trusted in who I want to be around. She's already lost her chance. There's no more chances for Kim to be in my life. Sad story. Not to mention her family has as well, so where we can never go to her family or she would never be allowed to talk to her family ever again. And that's not to mention it's just not happening. On top of that, she would never be able to talk to her family ever again, and that's also something. So it's not going to happen in the first place, but if it did, it would include never having to talk to her family, but it's never going to happen. And then again, a stupid girl messaged me off the internet, which these girls were both setups by somebody that's more doing better than me in life, because they knew I struggled for the last 7 years since I was 17 until 24. And someone helped me, which is strange. Like they were dating a girl or something, or had a friend that they didn't want around, so they sent him to me. At least with Kim, something like that occurred, or they knew that they could manipulate her and they could do weird stuff to me, so that's why they sent Kim to me. And with Nicole, something similar like that. They knew they could manipulate me and do weird stuff to me and possibly ruin my life even farther, or something. I'm not really sure, but I always get myself cooked, bro. I don't like my family. They always get involved with weird people. I wish that Kim was actually a normal human being and my family would have been there to help. Again, first girlfriend technically. I'm going to count Kim as my first girlfriend in my whole life at 24 with a 98% working brain, 99%, maybe even 100% working brain at that point in time. Just gone into depression because what my friend that was a girl in Canada did to me. And I got kicked out, and my family was lying and not choosing my side and choosing abuser side over me. But yeah, Kim was my first girlfriend, and I need someone to help me. It would have been nice to be able to show up to family and talk to them and have them talk to Kim and make sure everything's okay and make sure I'm okay and like look at them and make sure they're trusted, good people, and like talk to them, and like evaluate them just to make sure that everything's okay with everyone. And maybe I wouldn't have ended up in this position, but because I didn't have a good mom and dad that could do that for me, and I was so lost in life already, that's how we ended up here. I feel like it was my fault, whatever, but it's always nice when you have that support instead of just being left to learn life lessons the hard way with no help, just fully on your own, no help at all.